You walk into a room. You're pretty sure everyone just noticed the coffee stain on your shirt. Your voice cracked once in a meeting 3 years ago. You still think about it, sometimes convinced everyone else does too. Here's the uncomfortable truth. They don't. Almost nobody does. There is a name for this, a glitch in your brain that convinces you you're the main character in everyone else's story. And once you understand it, you'll never see your own anxiety the same way again. Think about the last time you left the house feeling off. Bad hair day, new shoes that felt too loud. A pimple you were sure was visible from space. You probably ran a mental highlight reel the entire day, imagining people clocking it, judging it, whispering about it. And when you got home, nobody said a word, nobody even looked twice. So why does your brain insist otherwise? Every single time, turns out, there is real science behind why you feel like you're always on stage, even when the theater's empty. This is called the spotlight effect, the tendency to overestimate how much other people notice or remember about you. In 2000, psychologist Thomas Gilovich ran an experiment at Cornell. He had college students put on an embarrassing t-shirt, one featuring a photo of Barry Manilow, and walk into a room full of strangers. Before they walked in, the students guessed that about 50% of the room would remember the shirt. The actual number, closer to 25%, less than half of what they predicted. Here's the mechanism behind it. You live inside your own head 24/7. Every embarrassing moment, every awkward silence, you experience it in high definition from the inside. But everyone else, they're living their own high-definition movie, starring themselves, not you. Psychologists call this egocentric bias, not selfish egocentric. Just stuck in your own point of view, you literally cannot access how little airtime you actually take up in someone else's mind. And once you see this pattern, you'll start noticing it everywhere. Quick gut check, pause for a second. Think of the most embarrassing thing you did in the last year. Got it. Now ask yourself, honestly, do you think the other person in that memory has thought about it even once since then? Yeah, didn't think so. Let's break down where this shows up in real life, because it's not just embarrassing t-shirts. Social media, you agonize over a caption for 20 minutes, delete a photo because of one bad angle, refresh to check who liked it. Meanwhile, everyone scrolling past your post is doing the exact same thing, worrying about their own. Public speaking. Your hands shake, your voice wavers, and you're positive the whole room can see it. Studies on public speaking anxiety consistently find that audiences rate a speaker's nervousness as far lower than the speaker rates themselves. Physical appearance. This one runs deep. A weird haircut, a breakout, weight gain, weight loss. You assume it's the first thing everyone clocks. In reality, most people are too busy running their own spotlight effect loop to fully register yours. The dumb thing you said, replay. You said something slightly awkward in a group chat or a meeting, and now it's on a loop in your head at 2 a.m. The other person in that meeting. They forgot about it by lunch. They were thinking about what they said. Here's a way to picture it. Imagine 100 people in a room, each standing in their own personal spotlight, so focused on themselves. They genuinely don't have the bandwidth to study you as closely as you fear. That's not a metaphor. That's actually how attention works. It's a limited resource, and most people spend almost all of it on themselves. But here's the part that makes this more than just a funny brain quirk. The spotlight effect doesn't just make you feel embarrassed, it makes you avoid things. You skip the party because you're worried about how you'll look. You don't raise your hand in class. You don't apply for the job. You don't send the text. You're not avoiding real judgment. You're avoiding a spotlight that was never actually on. Every opportunity you passed on because you thought people were watching too closely, that cost was real. The judgment you feared almost never was. So how do you actually work with this instead of against it? First, run the test. Next time you feel like everyone's staring, ask, what was I paying attention to 5 minutes ago? Probably not the people around you. Probably your own phone, your own thoughts, your own stuff. Everyone else is doing the same. Second, do the self-compare, not the other compare. Instead of asking, what do they think of me? Ask, how do I actually feel right now? That question alone deflates most of the spotlight pressure, because it puts the focus back where it actually lives, with you, not an imagined audience. Third, exposure works. The more you do the thing you're afraid will be judged, speaking up, wearing the outfit, posting the photo, the faster your brain updates its prediction. Because each time nothing happens, that's data, and your brain eventually believes data more than fear. The spotlight was never as bright as you thought. Most people are just squinting into their own. So here's what I want you to do. Drop your most embarrassing spotlight moment in the comments. The thing you were sure everyone remembered. I guarantee when you scroll through the replies, you'll see 100 other people who thought the exact same thing about their own moment, and forgot everyone else's just as fast. And if this made you see your own head a little differently, hit subscribe, because next week, we're breaking down something even weirder. A glitch that makes your brain remember things that never actually happened. Because here's the unsettling part, some of your most vivid memories. The ones you'd swear on anything actually happened exactly the way you remember. Some of them didn't happen at all, not the way you think. See you in the next one.